Have you ever walked out to your compost pile, expecting to see rich, crumbly soil in the making, but instead you're greeted by a soggy, slimy mess that smells absolutely terrible? Maybe your compost just sits there, refusing to break down, and you're left wondering what went wrong. Don't worry, you're not alone. These are classic composting problems that almost every gardener faces at some point, especially when starting out or after a rainy week. The good news is, you can fix a slimy, smelly compost pile much faster than you might think. With just a few simple tweaks, you'll be back on track and well on your way to making beautiful, healthy compost for your garden. Let's break it down. In composting, when we talk about greens, we don't just mean things that are literally green in color. Greens are any materials that are rich in nitrogen, which is essential for feeding the microbes that break down your compost. Common greens include kitchen food scraps like fruit and veggie peels, fresh grass clippings from your lawn, and even used coffee grounds. These items are packed with nitrogen and help your compost heat up and decompose quickly. But here's the catch. If you add too many greens and not enough of the other key ingredient, your pile can quickly turn into a wet, stinky disaster. You might notice flies buzzing around, or see food scraps turning mushy and slimy instead of breaking down nicely. The secret to fixing this is to balance your greens with plenty of browns. Browns are dry, carbon-rich materials like fallen leaves, shredded cardboard, straw, or even small twigs. These help soak up excess moisture and provide structure, allowing air to flow through the pile. Grab a garden fork or shovel and mix your pile thoroughly. This not only helps distribute the browns and greens evenly, but also introduces much-needed oxygen. Air is crucial for the microbes that break down your compost, and it helps prevent those nasty, rotten smells. If your pile still smells bad after mixing, don't panic. Just add another generous layer of dry browns, think leaves, straw, or shredded cardboard, and fluff the pile again in a day or two. Sometimes it takes a couple of rounds to get the balance just right, especially if your pile was really wet to begin with. You'll know your compost is back on track when the unpleasant odor fades away and you start to notice the pile warming up. A healthy compost pile will often steam a little, especially in cool weather, and it should smell earthy and fresh, not sour or rotten. Here's a quick test. Grab a handful of compost and squeeze it. It should feel like a wrung-out sponge, moist, but not dripping wet. And remember, finished compost should have a rich, earthy aroma, never a foul smell. Every gardener has their favorite brown ingredient. Maybe you swear by shredded cardboard, or perhaps you love using autumn leaves or straw. These materials not only help fix slimy piles, but also add valuable texture and nutrients to your finished compost. What's your go-to compost brown? Share your tips and tricks in the comments below, and let's help each other make the best compost ever.